There are not too many flight simulators available for Nintendo Switch, but now another one has been added to the eShop's library. Takeoff Flight Simulator is a three-dimensional game that allows you to test a variety of aircraft models and challenges you in various missions. In this video I discuss basic aspects of the game and how it's experienced on the Nintendo Switch. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, I upload new reviews every week. I received a review copy of this game, and with that said, let's discuss Takeoff Flight Simulator. Primarily, I have always wondered what is so attractive about simulator games. They may seem so different compared to games from other genres. Is it about getting a realistic experience of flying airplanes, or about getting an insight into the world of aviation? This type of game is seldom filled with action, but usually requires something completely different: patience. And this is because very little can happen for a very long time. Like this mission, for example. I fly all over Hawaii with a slow plane. It takes about 1 hour and 30 minutes, and after I lift and set the altitude, I just sit there and wait until I reach the goal. In fact, even the screensaver was activated, but it's in the nature of these games to be as realistic as possible, and then a flight can take a long time. Oh, by the way, don't even think about crashing in the end, because then you have to redo everything from the beginning. No checkpoints. In this game, you don't fly around without having a purpose. There are actually some interesting things to do. For starters, you can choose your name and job. You also see your current rank. In the menu, you can select free flight. Here you can go out and fly completely free without a goal. However, it can be a good alternative if you want to train landings or get used to a specific plane. There is also the opportunity to carry out a number of different jobs. Here you can make good money by flying from airport to airport and delivering goods. And believe me, you will need lots of capital to buy and upgrade all your aircraft. Therefore, there is relevance in doing the jobs offered. But as I mentioned earlier, you need some patience. You can also select campaign mode. This is definitely one of the most fun aspects of the game, as there is a huge variety of missions. Everything from landing in the rain, steering a broken plane, flying over mountains, and exploring volcanic activity. The assignments can be quite short and action-packed, but above all, it's the variety that makes it entertaining. Unfortunately, there is a big problem. Yeah, you need money to buy airplanes, and believe me, they are not cheap. It doesn't take long before some aircraft become far too expensive and you get relatively little money per completed mission. This means that the game becomes extremely grindy. You will have to repeat several assignments, perhaps spending several hours to be able to afford to buy the next cool aircraft. This is actually quite frustrating. Did I mention patience? Yeah. However, there is another way of playing that makes it possible to earn extra cash. You can go into the next menu called World Map. This works more like an aircraft manager, where you send off different aircraft on a lot of missions. You don't have to spend any time, but can passively wait until the route is complete. You can then finish and bring home the money. But you also need to buy airplanes, so, well, it sucks. But all in all, this is an effective way to make money and makes the game feel more varied. This is good. One of the goals is to unlock the fighter jet. And this one is expensive, really expensive. I need $5 million and there are no shortcuts, at least not what I am aware of. Time to do mission after mission until I have collected enough money. Yeah, this game can be extremely grind heavy, and maybe that's the point of the game, that you have to play for hours, sometimes days, to gather enough to buy the next plane. However, I discovered another way to make money, to do missions with a Marvel jet. You can pull in $500,000 per mission and the plane is really fast. This way you can make money relatively quickly, but you have to learn how the Marvel jet works, especially how to land the plane. Okay, now we have the money, let's buy the fighter jet. And this is definitely different compared to the early planes you fly. High speed, difficult missions, and the difficulty of landing on an aircraft carrier. Yeah, this is not easy. It can be really challenging. The level of difficulty varies, but one of the most difficult aspects of the game is landing. To lift, no problem. To navigate and change the altitude, usually no problem, but the landings can be extremely difficult. The small planes can be quite simple though. Keep low speed and low altitude, it should not be so difficult. but the planes that land on water, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but every attempt leads to a failure. I can't put the plane down without crashing. No idea what I'm doing wrong, but the plane simply doesn't want to land nicely. If you have controls that suffer from drifting, then this can be an extremely difficult game. Sometimes you need to be precise in your maneuvers, and if your Joy-Cons cause problems, well, then it may be worth buying new ones, especially if you want to play this game, because this one requires almost perfect control. A small miss can lead to a crash. In fact, I made it through long flights only to crash in the end. It can of course be frustrating, but at the same time satisfying when you succeed in landing. The graphics are probably about what you would expect from a three-dimensional game for Nintendo Switch. The planes look quite good actually, they are quite detailed and realistic. There is also the opportunity to buy different skins that can be fun, however the environments are quite simple. It's clear that all houses and cities lack details. The cities look pretty empty and feel more like a complement to the big world without me noticing them too much. You can also change the camera angle. You can fly from a cockpit perspective, see the plane from behind, from the side, from below or high above. This is pretty cool, I like it. You can also fly at night and during the day as well as in rainy conditions. In addition, you fly a lot over the sea and the water animation looks perfectly okay. Takeoff Flight Simulator is a game that offers a lot of variety. The ability to choose between 24 different aircraft is good. The coolest planes are locked, which means that you start with simple planes and have to work your way up to be able to afford the nice planes. The entertainment value can be high, but one must be prepared that this is a grind-heavy game that takes a long time. The longest flight I completed took an hour and a half, and most of the time you are in the air. It's just a matter of waiting until you reach the goal. This may require patience, however, the missions are usually short, between 2 to 15 minutes. This means that the entertainment value increases due to the length of time and varying nature of the assignments. World map is fun too. I find building an aircraft fleet entertaining, in addition to making money and being able to buy larger aircraft. The graphics give a mixed impression. The aircraft looks perfectly okay, but the surrounding environments look a bit dated. The game works well both in docked mode and in handheld. It was barely noticeable that the game suffered from frame rate issues, but sometimes I could see that the environment stuttered a bit, but nothing that ruined the whole experience. If you want to play a flight simulator game for Nintendo Switch, I can recommend this. It currently costs $15 in Nintendo's eShop. Please subscribe to my channel for more reviews and other content. I review new games every week. Have a good day. See ya.